Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Graduates, you may be seated. You guys may be seated. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Drew Nichols, the proud principal of Gonzalo Garza Independence High School. Welcome to our class of 2024 commencement ceremony. While this is a time of joy and celebration, our graduation is a formal ceremony that requires dignity and respect from all in attendance. I ask that all guests act in a respectful manner during these proceedings. We will begin our ceremony with the members of our senior class, Cohen Rigdon and Juliana Velasco Lopez, leading us with the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge, followed by the national anthem. Let's give them a hand to welcome them to the stage.
Good afternoon. I'm Cohen Rigdon.
Good afternoon. I am Juliana Velasco Lopez.
Please stand if you are able to and join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the Texas Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Prometo lealtad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y a la república que representa una nación bajo Dios, uno indivisible y justicia para todos.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Honra la bandera de Texas. Te juro lealtad, Texas, un estado bajo Dios, uno e indivisible.
I'm sorry, please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Please be seated at this time. Now that we've gotten our calisthenics in for the day, at this time I am honored to introduce our esteemed platform guest as well as our campus leaders. From AISD Leadership, Matias Segura, Patricia Rodriguez, Dr. Angel Wilson, Dr. Stacy Holliday, Corey Maynor, G.A. Kim Batra, Dr. Torin Woolridge, and Lisa Bush. We also have Dr. LaTanya Amerson, Executive Director of Secondary, and Susan Diaz here in attendance. Let's give them a hand. Our AISD Board of Trustees in attendance, Candace Hunter, Dr. Kevin Foster, Lynn Boswell, and Dr. David Kaufman. From our campus, Assistant Principal Katie Iberg, Counselor Susan Devaney, Adrian Kimmel, and Lisa Riza. Announcing names for the class of 2024 will be our counselors announcing their alpha. Our Spirit of Garza Award winners, India Houston and Jackson Leisure. And then our senior class representatives, Cohen and Juliana, who just led us on the pledge. Let's give them a hand. Events like this couldn't be possible without the people behind the scenes that make it happen. So a special thanks to our registrar, Ana Aguirre, Annie Lemasters, and Angelita Saiz. Let me give them a hand. It truly takes a village to get to moments like these, and our outstanding teachers, teaching assistants, and staff are all part of that village. None of these seniors would be here today without the commitment and hard work that happens every day from each of our staff members. Let's give them a big round of applause as well. During the ceremony today, you may notice AISD staff member making their way onto the stage to present their senior's diploma. Our guest diploma presenter tonight from Garza High School, Letitia Anderson. So at this time, I'd like to ask our esteemed AISD School Board trustee, Candace Hunter, to address our seniors.
Good evening, everyone. I am a lifelong student. I learn from all mediums, especially film and music. Who's seen the movie Creed? Excellent. With Michael B. Jordan, right? That's the whole reason for the movie. But Rocky III is basically the prequel to Creed. You gotta watch them to know what I'm talking about. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. In the original movie, Rocky was some rando who trained hard and won a big fight and had years of success in the ring. In Rocky III, just as Rocky is going to announce his retirement, he is publicly called out by Clubber Lang, played by Mr. T, I pity the fool. If you're Generation X, that just popped into your mind. Who tells Rocky the reason he's won all his fights is because he had lesser opponents. To Rocky's dismay, he realizes Clubber is telling the truth. So he agrees to postpone his retirement to fight Clubber. Rocky doesn't train as he is supposed to. During the fight, he gets knocked out in the second round. That's bad if you don't know boxing. On the heels of his loss, Rocky's elderly manager dies and he goes into a depression. He is approached by his former opponent / enemy, Apollo Creed, who agrees to train him for a rematch with Clubber. Long story long, he trains with Apollo. Fast forward to the fight, Clubber, who is used to winning with quick knockouts, has knocked Rocky down a couple of times, but not out. Rocky taunts him, saying, "You can't knock me out, you can't knock me out." Clubber, frustrated, starts throwing wild punches and begins to run out of stamina. That's when Rocky strikes with a series of punches, knocking Clubber out to reclaim his title as heavyweight champion of the world. This movie and its song ushered a phrase into the American lexicon. Anyone know what the phrase is? Great, I want to tell you. It's Eye of the Tiger. Now you know where I'm going. If you Google Eye of the Tiger meaning, you'll get something that's like this. The phrase Eye of the Tiger originally referred to a metaphorical mindset of intense focus, determination, and readiness to face challenges or to overcome adversity. It signifies a fierce and underlying resolve, much like the focused gaze of a tiger on its prey. Whenever my kids complain about a hard task, or even when I'm procrastinating, I say, "Eye of the tiger, eye of the tiger." And you have to do the eye thing because that makes it more effective. I graduated in the last century. For those of you who don't know, that was the 1900s. Every class has a phrase. In 1990s, when I graduated, ours was "Dawn of a New Decade." Lame, I know. Or "Stay golden." I still do not know what that really means. But we also had a class song. Do y'all have a class song? Oh, great, because I'm going to give you one. In this song, Eye of the Tiger, there's a part of the song, and I'm not going to sing it, so y'all don't worry. No, I'm not going to sing it. But I'm going to give y'all this class song. It says, rising up straight to the top, had the guts, got the glory. Went the distance, now I'm not going to stop, just a man and his will to survive. At some point, each one of you was knocked down, but not out. You went the distance, and you're sitting here today. If there's any phrase or song that represents the Garza class of 2024, it's Eye of the Tiger. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. It is my pleasure now to welcome our Superintendent, Matias Segura.
Are y'all ready? Yeah, I bet you are. Our graduates are ready. Thank you, Trustee Hunter, for the kind words. Great inspiration to our students and for our families. Good evening, everybody. My name is Matias Segura, and I am the superintendent for Austin ISD. And this is my absolute favorite part of the job. And it's an awesome job, y'all. To all of our staff and volunteers who have worked to plan this ceremony, thank you for all of your hard work and extra hours. You know, y'all, our families in the audience, please give the blue shirts a round of applause. This has not come together without them. It's a privilege to be here to celebrate our graduates with Principal Nichols and all of the amazing teachers and staff at Garza. I know you're not here to listen to me really for too long, but if you'll indulge me, because as the proud parent of 73,000 students, that's what it feels like every day, making sure that you're safe, you're supported. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't dish out a little bit of dad advice. Seniors, the one thing I want to share with you today, no matter what you do, is that the hard work and the appreciation for those around you will lead you to a rich life. The friends and family who are here celebrating with you today have worked hard to get you to this moment, graduation. Your teachers, your administrators have held high expectations for you and believed in you. They know that hard work, not just talent, is what leads to success. Everyone here has worked hard for your success. And no matter what heights your hard work takes you to, always remember to treat people around you with dignity. I was about your age or a little younger when I learned these lessons myself. But it wasn't until I got to where I am today when I realized how instrumental these values were to my success. You see, my dad's a plumber, and when I was a teenager, y'all's age, long time ago, he would take me to work with him and teach me the tools of the trade. I was always interested in different things, reading plans, trying to figure out how things work. But the reality was a big part of his job involved digging trenches, and this happened over hot, long summers. I'd be right there digging with him all summer long and on my breaks. It was hard, it was backbreaking work, but my dad did it to provide to our family. I remember one time when we were working together, these men pulled up in fancy cars. They were dressed in slacks and ties and hard hats. They looked very official. It was extremely hot that day, and we'd been digging for quite a while. I'll never forget it. These men scanned the job site, and they didn't even acknowledge us. They walked straight into the air-conditioned building, and we never saw them again. I could practically feel the cool air in that building as I imagined it. I remember thinking, what does it take to get there? I asked my dad, who are those people and what do they do? Those are the engineers, my dad say. They designed all this, and they come by once in a while to make sure things are going according to plan. And if you go to school and you work hard, then that could be, part of your life. And most critically to my teenage brain, I'd get to work in an air-conditioned building. That's when I first began to understand why my classes mattered. I was able to make the connections between what I learned in school and what I loved in school and what I loved in life. It's what drove me to eventually becoming a licensed engineer and eventually earn my MBA. But the lesson here isn't that I became an engineer. That is not the lesson, y'all. The lesson here is how the power of treating others really impacts your life and everybody around you. Those men didn't even acknowledge me and my dad or other workers, or the fact that without people like my dad, they wouldn't have been successful themselves. And that's why in every case, in every industry, regardless of your expertise or credentials you acquire, your success will always depend on hard work of others. Those men's indifference really bothered me. And to this day, I guarantee you'll never see me look past anyone or ignore their contributions. And it's that quality, above all else, that I attribute to how I got to where I am today, and a lot of hard work. Hard work has inherent value, and you can find pleasure and meaning in it. And if you put care into what you do, it will pay off in the long run. So go out and explore and pursue all kinds of interests. Just remember, whatever it is you choose to pursue, the measure of your character is not any titles you hold or any positions you attain, but it's how you treat those around you. In a world that often measures success by material wealth, fame, or power, remember that there is always dignity in a job well done. True joy lies in the connections we make and the kindness and empathy we extend to others. Each person you encounter has a story, a perspective, and a contribution to our collective human experience. So today, we celebrate the immense collective potential of our graduating class of 2024. You've already begun to make your mark on the world. Like fellow Garza graduate Amaya Bird, who stepped out of high school to make her musical acting debut in Hyde Park Theater's original production of Ballot Meets the Bullet. What an incredible, incredible, incredible choreo poem. Amaya's poignant performance exemplified the brilliance and beauty of Black women, alongside only 4 other cast members. Congratulations, Amaya, on this bold and important work that you helped bring to our Austin community. We also have Leonel Martinez, who enrolled at ACC to major in the automotive program. Leonel will be putting the problem-solving skills he learned here at Austin ISD to work. And to be honest, I could have really used his help about a couple weeks ago when my car broke down and I had to run to Ortega Elementary School. Another big shout out goes to Maria Selstrom, who will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Dartmouth. There she'll be studying biology in the Honors College. That is no small accomplishment. And that's just a small snapshot of the incredible humans coming out of Garza. So congratulations, graduates. The world awaits your unique contributions, and it's never too late to become the person you always imagined you could be. I have no doubt you'll make us all proud. And congratulations, Garza, class of 2024.
So before I start my speech, I feel like I need to tell a story. Like so many of our wonderful leaders in AISD, I'm a proud product of Austin ISD as well. Graduated as well. And I remember a 10th grade English assignment from Miss Godwin where we had to pick a song and explain the lyrics and what those lyrics meant to us that we thought kind of embodied ourselves and represented us. The song that I chose that day was Eye of the Tiger because I was a big Rocky fan. So full circle moments, guys. You never know when things are going to come full circle for you and come back to remind you of your past. So I thought that was important to share with everybody here. Good evening. A well-earned congratulations to our esteemed faculty, proud families, and most importantly, our graduates of the class of 2024. It is my honor and privilege to stand before you today as the principal of Gonzalo Garza Independence High School. Today, we gather not just to celebrate an academic milestone, but to acknowledge a journey of growth, perseverance, and transformation that each of you has undertaken. To our founder, Dr. Gonzalo Garza, thank you for leaving a lasting legacy in AISD. Your commitment to public education, ability to overcome adversity, and your unwavering spirit live on through these young adults that comprise the graduating class today. While we honor the spirit of Garza Award winners tonight, the spirit of reaching out for help with one hand only to return that help with the other lives on in each and every graduate who crosses this stage tonight. To our dedicated teachers and staff, I extend my deepest gratitude. Your commitment to whole child education and your unyielding support have provided our students with the foundation they needed to reach a significant moment. You have not only imparted knowledge, but you have also nurtured the values of resilience, curiosity, and integrity that will guide them through their lives. To the families and friends who have been the backbone of our graduate support system, thank you for your patience, your encouragement, and your love. Your role in this journey has been invaluable, and today's achievements are as much yours as they are your graduates. To the remarkable class of 2024, congrats, guys. You've navigated an unprecedented and challenging landscape with grace and determination. The COVID-19 pandemic tested your resolve and redefined the educational experience, transforming your classrooms into virtual arenas of learning. You found Garza, you adapted, you persevered, and you triumphed. This adaptability and tenacity are testaments to your character and will serve you as you move forward in life. During your time at Garza, you've not only acquired academic knowledge, but also valuable life lessons. You've learned that independence is not simply about doing things alone, but about taking responsibility for your actions and your future. From the interview process at Garza through graduation, it's about making informed decisions, standing by them, and learning from every outcome, whether success or failure. As you prepare to embark on the next phase of your journey, remember that your time here has equipped you with more than just a diploma. You're leaving with a toolkit of skills, values, and experiences that'll help you navigate the complexity of the world beyond these walls. You have learned the importance of community, the power of perseverance, and the significance of continuous learning. The world you are stepping into is full of opportunities and challenges. You are poised to make meaningful contributions, to drive change, and to build a future that reflects your dreams and aspirations. Embrace your independence, but remember that true strength often comes from collaboration and seeking support when needed. As you go forth, carry with you the spirit of Gonzalo Garza Independence High School. Let it remind you that you are capable, you are resilient, and that you are never alone. You are part of a community that believes in you and will continue to support you as you reach for your dreams. Congratulations, class of 2024. The future is yours to shape. Go out and make your mark on the world with confidence, courage, and compassion. We are immensely proud of you and excited for all that you will accomplish. Thank you for choosing to be a Griffin, and congratulations once again. I would now like to introduce the spirit of Garza for the class of 2024, India Houston, who will address the graduating class.
Hello, fellow graduates, faculty, family members, and guests. Thank you to everyone for coming and supporting us today, especially to our graduates and faculty for keeping me company up here. We have all achieved so much over the past year. I am so proud to be standing up here with so many ambitious and dedicated people. Over the past year, we all had the choices to come to Garza, to go to class and give education another try, and we made it. Now, whether you came from a school that didn't fit or a home you felt lost in, Garza is all about that second chance. Looking back, the first chance was likely at a school where students are one of 1,000 and are only there because of geography. For me, my school was less than a 5-minute walk from my home. I hadn't chosen the school, and it wasn't a good fit for me. Though my original school helped me wherever it couldn't give me the full support I needed. Garza, on the other hand, was a much longer commute, yet I rarely missed a class. I came to Garza without knowing anyone. I hadn't gone to school in over a year, and going back to a 9 to 3 was a shock. But Garza's staff understood how I felt. Every teacher I came across was patient and supportive, and I never walked out of a class without someone happily greeting me. Miss McGinty, my English teacher, gave me the time I needed to settle in without jumping straight into work. I would enter her class without a sense of worry about what needed to be done. The teachers at Garza trust you. They know you have a path to success that's right for you, and all they want is to help you achieve it. As weeks went by at Garza, I realized that I wanted to graduate on time. And with almost 2 years of unfinished assignments and graduation a couple semesters away, I quickly got to work. My teachers understood my goal. Though it was a challenging deadline, I received nothing but encouragement. But it wasn't only the teachers who were encouraging me. I've made so many friends here at Garza that have supported me. Kat is the most hardworking person I know. I'll miss our morning coffee runs together the most. Grace, wherever you are, is so smart. She's one of those people who you know could do anything she wanted after school. Doctor, sure. Cop, okay. Lawyer, I know a great one. Celia has made me laugh more times than I can count. Put her in any interview scenario and she'll be offered the job on the spot. If I don't see her on TV, I'll assume she fled the country. I'll miss all of my friends, from the massive lunch table we managed to fill to our antics in the halls. The fondest moments I have from Garza were surrounded by those guys. Now, I know that many of my friends and my classmates were in the same boat as me. We wanted to continue our studies, but we were held back by either our education system or our personal lives. From then to now, we've taken back our power to choose and an opportunity of education through Garza. At Garza, we all have a reason to be here. No other school comes close to the passion of its students and the thoughtfulness of its teachers. Every teacher and faculty member here clearly adores their job, and we students recognize it. During the awards ceremony last month, Ms. McGinty won Teacher of the Year award. That was our reaction too. Though they told us to wait till the end to clap, we did not wait. I've met the most ambitious, hardworking students here at Garza. It's so admirable to realize your capabilities and take the second chance you deserve. I'm so grateful for all the teachers, staff, and students. The community created at Garza will always be with me, and I'm so proud to finally call myself an alumni. Garza has laid the groundwork, and in the future, I have no doubt we'll all be successful. Thank you all for coming, and let's give a round of applause, another round of applause to Garza's newest graduates.
So in addition to India, we have our other Spirit of Garza Award winner here tonight. I'd like to recognize both Jackson and India's families. If you could stand in the audience real quick, I'd love to give you a round of applause. Thank you for supporting two just wonderful students. Mr. Segura and the AISD Board of Trustees, now it is my honor to present Gonzalo Garza Independence High School class of 2024. Mr. Segura, members of the Board and Trustees and graduates, please stand. Y'all want to graduate, right? To the members of Board of Trustees and Mr. Segura, by the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the Texas Education Agency, I certify that these candidates have completed all the requirements as specified by the district policy and state law, and I recommend that they be awarded their diplomas and certificates. Students, you may be seated. Counselors, please direct the first row of students to approach the stage.
Galilea Abeja. Stella Jewel Agnew. Melly Artiaga Rivera. Precious Taisha Barnes. Alejandra Noemi Barrios Zacharias. Miguel Angel Castaneda, Jr. Brooklyn Deanne Copenhaver. Alexandra Rishi Cosby. Danae Davis. Tiana Marie Davis. Casey Yanis Dixon. Kaya Merksik Eagle. Ariana Marie Garza. Malachi Isaiah Garza. Janaya Michelle Glasgow. Morel Keyshawn Glasgow. Margaret J. Gonzalez. Thomas Rodney Grayson.
Cody Deshawn Henry, Jr. India K. Houston. Alexander Jivan Ingham. Lucas Joseph Jesser. Charlotte Lily Jones. James Gabriel Kirkland. Jackson Everett Leisure. Ebony Haley Leha. Juniper Ann Lifford. Aiden Elizabeth Martin. Janaya Kamora Maxwell Garrett. Marley Paige McCaslin. Amber Mitchell. Mason Anthony Morse. Matthew Lee Myers. Isabella Esther Nance. Poppy Caroline Norquay. Sabrina Andrea Peña. Jamaya Victoria Polk.
Isabel Magdalena Ramirez. Navi Ranatunga. Zelda Tess Rasco. Stella Jean Marie Reeb. Mary Beth Rennick. Cohen Michael Rigdon. Alexandra Rivera del Cid. Gilbert Romero III. Columbus Ulysses Jennings Ross. Natalia Peña. Joaquin Esmundo Santos. Jaylee Faith Ann Sosby. Alin Massey Sweet. Aislinn Julia Treweek. Sarah Uhiriwe. Mary Bartlett Wade. Saturn Ward. Juliana Velasco Lopez. Luis Carlos Vieira Medina. DeAndre Mikkel Williams. Janice Maddie Williams. Bree Wilson.
We've got a few pictures to be taken back here as we work through our picture line there. Let's give them one more round of applause here. Graduates 2024. So in hindsight, this would have been a great time to tell the Eye of the Tiger story. All right, guys, tough part's over. Nerves are gone. Well, I got that walk done. I'll invite you all to stand up for me right now. Graduates, please stand. Please stand. All right, Garza class of 2024, you now stand before us as graduates. Please shift your tassel from right to left. Garza staff, this is the time that we would ask you to take your locations to the exit in the courtyard for our post-ceremony. Parents and guardians, please remain seated until all of our graduates have exited the arena during the recessional. Graduates, please meet your family in the courtyard to the north of the Performing Arts Center when we get out of here. Before we get out of here, we've got one more thing to accomplish. I'm gonna give you one congratulations. I'm gonna count it down, 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna toss them in the air. We ready? Congratulations, 3, 2, 1. If your hat's no longer by you, don't worry, I got you. I'll get it for you. I'll get it for you. Congratulations, guys. We will proceed with the recessional, and we will meet you outside. Thank you.